Hello and welcome back to another episode of Arknights Endfield. My name is Koshxs and welcome to my channel. This is episode 2 of the Arknights Endfield series. In that last episode we learned a bit about the Endfield organization, its leader, us, the administrator, just woke up from 10 years in stasis and there's a lot going on that we still need to figure out. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can't take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom.
Alright, and we're back.
Supervisor Perlica, we got a situation. Is the administrator by your side?
Yes, the Endman is with me. What's happening, Fiona?
We got a max level alert. Our planned landing zone... No, the entirety of Valley 4 is in danger. Just moments ago, simultaneous self-destruction occurred to the orbital landing relay drone squadrons. The communication blackout is expanding towards Valley 4, and the status of facilities along the route is now unverifiable. At the same time, we are picking up extremely intense ANggeloid energy signals in the affected area. We are hailing the hub base on every channel. So far they haven't responded. The whole place is offline. The plan was to bring the Endman to the base in 10 days. But the hub...
We can't wait that long. Fiona, prep for my drop at once.
Wait, now? Okay, I'll run the checks. There's surface interference. Current situation is too risky. Unguided emergency drops might deviate. We'll drop you to the area near the base, out of concern for safety.
Director Chin and Andre are at the hub base. In accordance with the contingency plan, they will take control of the scene as critical events happen. Fiona, keep hailing the hub base, regardless of whether we've received any response from them. Inform them that I'm coming soon. Also, tell Operator Chen to rendezvous with me there.
Roger, we're prepping your drop.
It came to my attention that they say
Initiating alignment. Target, Valley
ANggeloid.
4.
I mean, you see in the subtitles that
systems
the
green
enemy is
for
called
landing.
ANggeloid with double G, but is it just me or they're pronouncing ANggeloid as in like an N?
Fire away.
A-N-G? ANggeloid? I don't know,
Destination?
just curious.
Talos 2.
Alright, so we're headed to a place called Valley 4. Alright.
Need a progress update, Fiona.
I'm still trying to re-establish contact. Wait, Perlica, we have multiple unknown objects coming in fast. Watch out!
Anchors? Hold on tight, Endman.
gonna be able to use a bike in this game, that'd be sick. Never mind, it's destroyed. Well, maybe we can get another one. Hopefully. I don't know. Now, given that mobility is usually a big deal in this kind of games, I doubt it.
Stay
Never
close
mind.
to me, Administrator.
Will do, Perlica. Alright. Okay, so in the previous episode we were in that boss fight and we were fighting with other characters next to us. It was a whole mess, so we really couldn't get a whole picture about what was going on over there. This is when you start learning a little bit more about combat with your characters all on the field at the same time. So you see, while you're still with your main character on slot number 1, your other characters on slot number 2, 3 and 4, as we'll be unlocking them later, can perform their skills as you're playing with your, in this case, administrator or whichever character you switch to. So if you press number 1, you'll do the main character's skill. If you press number 2, the other character will do their skill without switching.
Administrator, you all right?
Which is quite useful, and it's a nice mechanic actually. And I really have to fight the urge to just press E and Q as I've
Okay.
done in
We'll have to
a
walk
game
the
like
rest of the
Genshin
way.
Impact, right? Alright, no problem. We'll walk
ANggeloid
there.
even managed to reach this place. The situation in the field is far more severe than our previous estimates.
Seems like a warm welcome to Talos too.
Actually hoped for a gentler reception than this.
I really like the
Hubby's still
aesthetic. I
snacking up
know
on
I've been
calls.
saying
We
that a
need to
lot, but I'm
hurry.
gonna say it a whole lot more. You know, like nice world with this kind of technology. I mean, it looks smooth. It looks nice. What's this? Oh, I got some mail. These are yeah. These were some rewards that you've been getting from the developers from the launch of the game. These are just like thank you gifts. There are also Twitch drops that I got, and there are also a few more things that I've gotten from what do you call it? The daily login system. Alright, so was just testing a little bit of how the controls feel over here. Oh, what's over here? Nothing. I do like to explore all other options before going the right way. Does that happen to you? Do you
This Angelos looks dangerous.
like
We
going
need to
like
be
the
cautious.
wrong
We can
way
focus our
first,
attacks to
just
bring
to make
down
sure that you
defenses.
picked everything up before going to the right way? And sometimes you pick the right way. Oh, what's this? Final strike and enemy stagger. Okay, so before going on with that, stagger is a very important mechanic in this game because it will open more possibilities for you to do higher damage. Okay, and stagger will knock down the enemy or just like stun it. See, so right now after filling the lower bar, the white bar, it turns yellow. When it turns yellow, it means that the enemy is staggered. Okay, that means that it's basically stunned, it's down, it's sleeping, whatever. So you can deal more damage to it. Certain abilities will depend on you staggering the enemy. Certain combo skills from your other characters will only trigger after an enemy is staggered. So you really want to be landing that final hit. Okay, so maybe you've played other games like, again, Genshin, where you're used to, I don't know, do animation canceling or just do 1, 2 or 3 strikes and not do the fourth because it does less damage than the others. it's not gonna be the case here. You want to land those final strikes most of the time, unless you get a very specific character, in which case, hey, well, it might be situational, but. So yeah, I was saying that. Has it happened to you that you're faced with two different paths in a game, and you go through one, and then a cutscene trigger, and you go like, oh, I went the right way. Let me go back, and you need to reload your game, and I don't know. Am I the only one that does that?
Hello? Hello? Dr. Chin isn't picking up the call. Forget it. Let's just get ourselves out of here.
Maybe we should use this rope. But it's a long climb up there.
Zip it and start climbing if you want to live. Quickly! Something's coming! Ah!
Oh, that looks awful. Hey, that's like an angel race. Yeah, it has the wings and the halo. If you watch the Arknights series, or even if you play, there's a couple of characters in there. I think just you technically only see one of them. What are they called? It's like something like angelic race. Yeah.
That is an anchor. Anchors are capable of spawning ANggeloid. They pose a major threat to Talos too. We must find the survivors. Quickly.
You'll notice that almost every character in this game, and in general in the Arknights universe, is like combined with some sort of animal. Like, for example, Perlica. If I'm not mistaken, or forgive me if I'm wrong, I'll check later, and you may correct me in the comments if you want. I think Perlica is part bird because of the wings, like an owl. And it makes sense to me as well through the name, because Perlica sounds like perica, which is like parakeet or parrot in Spanish. So I don't know. But what I was going with this is that you see mix of human with I don't know, cat, dog, or your usual anime half human half animal breed, but there are those that are part dragon, which is funny. One of the main characters here, and as well as in the Arknight series, is a part dragon. And then you have those that are part angel. That's a bit weird to me. And also, fun fact, the administrator doesn't appear to have any animal trait. And also, it's unclear if the administrator is infected, as many of the other characters are, which is a little bit confusing to me. Because if you watch the series, and this isn't a huge spoiler, but if you're not into any kind of spoiler at all, maybe you'd like to avert your ears for a moment, to skip ahead at just a few seconds. But in the Arknights world, there is this originium, which we already learned in this game, but it also causes a disease called erypathy, which is basically rocks in people's skin, which gives them the abilities called arts, the ability to use fire, to use electricity, to whatever, right? But there are some characters here that can use abilities and they're not infected, one of them being the administrator, so don't really understand how that works. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to. Maybe learn a little bit more in this game. So yeah, the administrator, at least on surface, appears to be fully human.
Like this nonsense. We got a big one incoming. Get to cover. We need to fall back and regroup.
Leave them to us.
I'm sorry because I kind of missed it there, but you were. I hope that you catched it, that you got it. I'm sorry. While you're fighting with your main character, you will be triggering combo skills from your other characters. So you could be landing 2 or even 3 skills at the same time on one enemy. That's awesome. Oh yes, there's auto lock in this game. I'm not sure I'll be using it. In fact, I think I'll say for the majority of these episodes, I'm not using it at all. Okay, it could be helpful in certain situations, but I don't know, I just just feel it restricting to a certain extent. I think most people don't use it at all. She looks familiar. Not from the Arknights franchise.
At just the right time. Our temporary defenses have been breached. If you weren't here.
Yeah, she definitely reminds me of someone.
I believe you have a sitrep.
Director Chin. Okay.
Yes. An anchor fell right into the base. The thing won't stop spawning the ANggeloid. We've sent all our injured personnel to the control tower. There are just too many ANggeloid, and they will overrun our security division eventually.
We must find a way to stop the anchor.
Supervisor Prelica, may I ask who this...
Ah, of course. This is our administrator.
Administrator? Are we talking about the administrator?
Nice to meet you. She's definitely saying ANggeloid. Sorry.
Apologies. Many operators in Valley 4 have never seen you before, Endman. News of your awakening gave rise to plenty of gossip and rumors. When we received the message from Dijon, the entire crew tried to plan a welcoming ceremony, but just a few days later, we were suddenly attacked. I didn't expect you to arrive here in the midst of the battle.
We're here to help, Director Chin. Do we have any news about the missing personnel? How many of our people are outside the base?
It's hard to say. The ANggeloid just kept attacking. Security Division can only maintain a limited security perimeter.
People here are in danger. I suggest we delay our earlier arrangements, Administrator.
My Enfielders. Okay.
Good, Administrator. I knew you would say that.
Administrator and the
We'll handle
fielders.
the hostiles in the base and direct any of your missing staff to the control tower for safety.
Ah, wonderful. Your help will set my mind at ease. Good luck out there.
By the way, I'm not seeing Mr. Andre anywhere. Where is he right now?
Ugh, that silly old man. He went off trying to be a hero again.
By the
That
way,
fool
just
never
a moment
stops
to
treating his
appreciate
projects with far more respect
the
than his own
quality
family
of this
life.
game. I mean
Anyway,
visually.
if you see that
Look at
old
the rain
fool,
on her.
tie him up and
Armor
haul him back to the
pauldron.
control tower.
It looks so
This
good.
might be the only safe place left. in the
Doesn't it?
base.
We'll find him. Have faith in us. The anchor at the old factory is still spawning ANggeloid. We must first eliminate this threat. Time to initiate our mission, Endman.
Well, I thought the mission initiated long ago, but hey, whatever you say. And yeah, this
Administrator, is there
this
anything
director
you wish to
Chin
know?
reminds me of Chaska from Genshin Impact.
Anchors are constructs that fall from the sky. After landing, they extract soil minerals to create the ANggeloid. We figured out how to take out the anchors, but we still have no idea where they come from. Of course, the ANggeloid are composed of a wide range of materials. In extreme scenarios, anchors can even use nearby biomass to build new ANggeloid. Though such incidents are rare, they can be horrifying to behold. The anchor must be
I can
taken out to
imagine.
stop the ANggeloid from spawning. This must be done before we can start rebuilding the hub base. The emergency barrier of the control tower is still working. Our security team did their best and fought off a few attacks, but they're barely holding on. No deaths have been reported so far, but we have plenty of injuries, and our facilities took heavy damage. Most of our staff evacuated to the first floor of the control tower. As for Andre, I just hope he's all right. There's no way we can outlast the ANggeloid. I can hardly imagine what would happen if you weren't here. But since you are, the worst is finally behind us.
ANggeloid.
Administrator,
Sorry, I'll never get
please be
over it.
careful out there. If you see any scattered personnel, tell them to evac to the control tower.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm the main character. I'll survive. Of course. As to Perlica, I'm not sure. No, I'm just kidding. She seems pretty
Stabilizing core of the
important.
anchor is its
She's
weakness.
supervisor.
Take that out, and the entire construct will disintegrate. The core itself is fragile.
So
But the real
they don't
challenge is
know
the
where
anchor
the
forming
anchors
around
come
it.
from.
It's how
That's
fast is
interesting.
inevitable.
But the fact that they start producing those creatures as soon as they land means that they're programmed. I don't think they're alive exactly.
Cluster of smaller
I mean, they seem alive, but
stop them.
they're rocks. It could be some sort of, I don't know, mix of magic and programming. I don't know, I don't even know what I'm saying, but what I'm trying to get at is, feels like someone is doing this on purpose, like some unknown race is looking at us from the distance, you know, like through a a Hubble telescope like thingy, and they're like, nope, we can't stand for that. Send them the anchors, attack them, we need them wiped out. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so this is another interesting thing from this game. Physical damage is actually good in this game, or at least it can appeal to some people, right? If doing physical damage is your thing in other games, here it will be even better, because physical damage can apply what we know as vulnerability stacks. Vulnerability is basically when you do crush, when you lift an enemy, when you knock them down, stuff like that. So when you apply one of those status, for the physical status, then the enemy gets open to take more damage, or it will open other characters' abilities to execute them and to do more damage as well. So crush, knockdown, lift, and breach as well. They can be quite useful, and in fact, it makes the administrator character quite an useful choice, a good choice for several teams. I in fact made a team with her, as you'll see later on. And in case if it wasn't clear yet, yeah, these episodes are pre-recorded, but trust me, my short-term memory is quite selective, so some of these things may still come as a surprise to me. So, yeah, if you're a fan of physical damage, it's going to be a thing here. There's a little bit of a spoiler on screen for one of the featured characters, but don't worry, we'll meet them all really soon. Which also reminds me, the first episode was about 30 minutes long. That may change in future episodes. I may make them a bit longer if I want to cover a little bit more story. I may make them a little bit shorter if I'm just covering something like game mechanics or stuff like that.
Thank goodness you're finally here. We assembled
Look
here
at those
after the anchor
glasses.
fall and managed to hold on to this place. Okay, I guess we.
How can you
held on
see
to this
through
place
that?
until 5 minutes ago.
Head to the control tower.
I understand, but I must tend to the wounded. Wait, you're injured as well. This is where we grow buckflowers. Buckflower powder is a common pharmaceutical ingredient, and it's easy to make. Take some. They'll come in useful.
And introducing the mint of this game. Mint as in the main plant in Genshin. No, but actually it's a bit different. It's like the Lord of the Rings Kingsfoil. If you've watched the movies, or even if you played any of the games, mainly Lord of the Rings Online, you'll notice that most of the medicine is made out of Kingsfoil, which is like a plant, right? They call it weed, like as in the way it grows, but it's basically a plant. And here in Arknights Endfield, it's going to be your main source of health items. You can make health items from other gatherables, right? So in the open world that you'll be roaming, you'll be able to gather bugflower, others called citrum or citrum. I think it's citrum because of citrus, you know, it looks citrusy like lemon. You can make health items from that, and they will have different effects. One that heals you instantly, like this, the bug flower, the bug flower powder. There's a more advanced version of this, which are bug flower, or actually called bug capsules, and there's even a more advanced version of that one, so you can get better quality versions of your healing items. So that's going to be a thing here. You need to look out for those plants, be picking them up. Don't worry, it's not an eternity of picking up plants, as you'll find out later. There's a way to make it so much easier, and that's one of the things I love about this game. It has a system in place that makes things so much more fun, so much more easier, and I love it for that. So pick up every resource that you can. There are some resources that will still be a little bit of a chore to gather and pick up, but that's the same in most of these games. It wouldn't be a 3D action RPG, open world, gacha game, strategy, whatever, without gathering stuff in the open world.
We could start moving again. I look forward to your good news.
Okay. Yeah, let's take it all right now, because I know that later on I'm gonna be too lazy and I'm not gonna want to be gathering more of it. But don't you worry, even this little bit of bug flower that we picked up is going to be useful in the future. Just wait. Now, I thought I saw like a red dot. Yeah, there was a red dot over there. Those guns have a laser sight.
Neutralized so we can push through.
Nice dodge. And you'll see me dodging a lot, because I have something called attention deficit. I don't know if you can tell from the way I speak, but yeah, I have a hard time focusing on some things sometimes, and having several enemies on screen, I don't know which one's going to attack me. I have a hard time telling when they're going to be attacking me, so you'll see me nailing several dodge, but I'm going to be missing a lot of them, and sometimes I'm just gonna be dodging preemptively. That way you see me stepping away from the enemy, because I'm like, oh, dodge, no, dodge, no. Oh, that's a nice. They have nice ultimates. That's something that I like from these games. The character design with their corresponding skills and their ultimates, those were nice. Now, of course, I take it that these aren't like the top characters that you can get, so I'm curious about what you can see later on.
No. All active anchors give off that light. This anchor plunged itself deep underground. That's where its core should be. I've seen the hub base building plans. This old factory.
It's like the anchor that we destroyed in the first episode. Do you remember when we placed a bunch of cannons along a path that was sick? The thing we destroyed was at the bottom of the anchor. The big glowing thing in the middle, it's a bit deceiving, so you gotta destroy the thing at the bottom of the anchor. So yeah, I'm just getting a feeling, trying to get used to the controls here. Even after a while, it still feels alien to me. It's only going to be after several episodes that I'm going to start getting a bit more used to the controls here. And as you can see at the top right corner, there are a few things. Oh, it's not gonna let me go that way. Alright, that's fine. I'll go your way. We'll do this your way. But yeah, I like to be exploring menus. Like, sometimes I spawn myself. Oh, what's this? Are this... They don't look like good guys. Look at those masks. She called them land breakers, so that's definitely not good. Oh yeah, they're definitely enemies. Which I actually like. You know, there's something about fighting humanoids. I know, like fighting something that you know, because many games give you enemies, like in this case the ANggeloid. uh, they're just a mass of rocks with a somewhat shape, something somewhat resembling a shape of sorts. You know, it's like some of them look like scorpions, but some of them look like what are they called? Those microscopic animals, tardigrades. Some games will throw you like gas enemies, like sometimes you're fighting a cloud, a shadow, and I don't like that. I prefer fighting like another person. That sounds a bit awful, but it's something that I can recognize, something that I can identify with. So I prefer humanoid enemies. So with this pyramid, oh no, it's I was going to say pyramid head, no. It's tube mask face. The enemy is casting a charged skill. Some enemies will cast charged skills. A red circle will appear around them as they charge up their skills. Okay. So you gotta interrupt them. So when they're charging a skill, you'll see that red circle. That's the time for you to use a skill. Now, when you know that you're fighting one of these enemies that can use this type of attacks, you really need to be managing your SP, right? Because if you're in the middle of the battle, you used up all of your skills at the beginning, and your first SP bar hasn't recharged at all, and he starts charging an attack, and you don't have anything to stop him, you're gonna be taking a big hit. And trust me, some of these enemies can really hurt. So you better be ready, better be managing your SP, or be ready to dodge. And also, don't be trash like me, because there are certain enemies that are going to be using a lot of visual effects. This one is simple, yeah, we're still technically in the tutorial. And you see there, I just didn't use the skill in time. It appears that Perlica didn't take that much damage. We staggered the enemies, so we're dealing with him pretty well. But yeah, some of these enemies is going to be difficult distinguishing from a charge attack from just... Oh, who's this? What? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Chen. This is a very good character. She's a physical status character, and she has a relationship with another character from the original series, which I'll explain later on. Yeah, I'm not gonna criticize her.
Even deadlier killer move next time. A single swing will take anything out, guaranteed. Administrator, I'm Chen, or Chen for short. If you got a problem you need trimming, my blade is yours to command.
Well met. A pleasure working with you.
Oh, Perlica also told me about you. Every time she mentions the Endman, she just goes on and on and on.
Cut.
We should check on Mr. Andre.
Yeah, check on him.
This hurts.
Mr. Andre, are you alright?
Oh, come on, get up. It wasn't that big of a deal.
The prototype. Enemies! Did you fight them off? You are... Endman! You're really back!
Yep.
I thought you'd be here 10 days later. You're
Nope.
not hurt, are you? And what's with the mask? Never mind that. Thank goodness you're back. Endman, it's been 10 years. We finally did it. We cracked the project you left behind. Puccini and Popov can finally rest in peace. During their final moments, they lamented that they couldn't deliver this solution into your hands.
Endman, this is Mr. Andre, our resident Endfield technical expert at this site. He is also the chief engineer of the Automated Industry Complex.
Huh? What's with the formal intro, Supervisor Perlica? Wait.
Yeah, about
Did
that.
Endman really forget?
Yep. Sorry about that.
This isn't fair. Why? Why does suffering always happen to... No.
Oh, don't worry, I'm sure
We
I'm
should
not
set aside
evil.
the details for later. Now, Mr. Andre, why did you risk your safety to rush to this place?
That's because I saw the anchor crashing into the old factory. So I rushed over here to check if the prototype was all right. Look, here it is.
Is this the contraption you were protecting? That looks really expensive. You must have spent quite a bit of time on it.
It would be unfair to say that this is my work. A friend of mine left this prototype to me. I'm very grateful that you came here and saved it. Now that the anchor has been taken out, there shouldn't be any more ANggeloid around.
ANggeloid.
Quickly get our base back up and running.
Leave it to us. By the way, Director Chin requests your immediate return to the control tower.
Oh, so, what was she like when she asked about me? Was she angry? Oh, dear.
And it's funny because, as you can see, some of these characters are a mix of a human and an animal to a certain extent, but this guy is a full-on owl. He even has a tail and everything. Well, Chen also has a tail, but
Chin needs help at her
she looks
place.
more human.
Go and assemble. I'll be with you shortly once I'm done checking the machines.
And this guy is funny. I just like him, and he's
Chen will
very
keep
important
Mr.
for this
Andre
story.
safe. Let's go and support
At least
Director
so
Chin.
far.
Assessing
So,
exterior damage is definitely...
while they talk, I'm sorry, I do want to talk a little bit about Chen. This is Chen Chanyu. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation of any of these characters.
Doing okay?
I only know 2 languages,
Did you get
and
hurt?
this is not one of it, but I
Probably
understand
sprained my
it's
ankle
pronounced
when I passed
Chen
out.
Chanyu.
Oh,
And she has a
really
relation with
catching up
one
on
of the
me.
characters in the original
Okay.
Arknights series or
guess you
game,
can leave first,
which
Endman
is
and Perlica. I'll watch over
Chen
the big owl.
Huichi.
Mr. Andre.
Again, sorry if I'm butchering that pronunciation, but I think that's what it's pronounced. I had been watching the anime in Japanese, and I think they have a different pronunciation for it. To be fair, they pronunciate most of the names in a weird way. It was Chen Fuise. I'm sorry, but I think it was like that. The point is that Chen
Are they here to
Huichi
loot our base amidst
from the
chaos
original
that's
Arknights
showing up right
is an
after the
ancestor
Winterfell?
of Chen
Too much
Chanyu,
of a coincidence.
and they
Things
look
could be more
almost the
complex than
same.
that.
They're almost like a carbon copy, and I think they did that to maintain the character. But yeah, she's a descendant of the original Chen character, and there are more connections over there, but I think this is a good place to stop for now. I'm gonna be checking my mail just to claim all of my rewards. I would really like to read a few of this mail, but that should be it for episode 2. It's getting more interesting for now. I really thank you for tuning in and for being here. Just watching really helps the channel, and I thank you for your support. If you really like the video, hit the like, leave a comment, and if you can subscribe, that also helps. Or not, it's not not a requirement, but hey, it's free. And thank you very much for being here again, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.
Two souls colliding. We shared the pieces of ourselves. It's perfect timing now. We fueled the flames, but we're still learning to trust, learning to trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up. Don't fight the fire, too much, too fast to burn us out. We walk the wire, love. Don't make me read your mind, I know it. Learn to trust, learn to trust. It's never enough, never enough. Burning me up, burning me up. I won't fall when I'm picking you up. With my hand I won't be strong enough. Follow